Hello everyone, and welcome back to another modded Minecraft Let's Play. Just a heads up to y'all, this episode will be in a different format than usual to see if I like this style of editing. With that out of the way, let's get started. In this video, I will beat the Ender Dragon if it's the last thing I do. I don't care how long it takes me. It could take me a couple of weeks, or it could take me a couple of months. I will beat them. I started the video off strong by looking for Biglin Forts to loot in hopes to find one of the many eyes I needed to open the end portal. I didn't find it, but I did get some noteworthy loot, like some gold blocks, some ancient debris, and let's be real here, there's not that much to loot from the nether. It was a bad idea to look for that specific eye. I lost a ton of my armor, and I got really sidetracked with all the places in there. And the armor thing, that will be fixed later in the video, don't worry. Ooh, ancient debris. I'm gonna show you what I've been working on up here. So, the setup looks a bit different. Those right there are player damage plates. So every time something is killed, it drops XP. It gets put into this disenchanter. Whenever I flick this lever, I get XP. It's a little bit of a disconnect, but I get XP. Throughout the entirety of making that mob grinder, I was running out of inventory quick. So, I decided to fight the Wither again to get another star for a beacon, to put near my storage system so that I can access it across any dimension. Whoa. Done for. Boom. I didn't almost die. Yeah, that's pretty hard without 2 pieces of armor. So now that I have that beacon under control and I can successfully like access my entire inventory from anywhere in this dimension, I would love to go looking for all the ender eyes that I need. Yeah, desert pyramid. Here we go. Is it still searching? God dang. 6,000 blocks out. That's crazy. And we gotta go this way. I was nowhere near a desert to start searching for a desert temple, but I had to start somewhere, or I wouldn't have started in the first place. That's a good rule of thumb in real life too. If you ever feel overwhelmed by a project or chores, just start with a little and you'll eventually do the rest too. Especially if you put your favorite jams on. I didn't feel like writing a script for this video, but I wanted to try something different than my usual just slap an image on their editing style. I feel like it'll be a more cohesive video and I might like editing it together more than compressing a bunch of my clips together. I've always enjoyed playing Minecraft and I want you, the viewer, to see what I can bring to the table. If you do enjoy this kind of editing style, please consider leaving a comment saying so, and if you feel so inclined, go ahead and tell me your favorite Minecraft flower for a chance to get into my comment garden. I've got like 500 views on my last video and no one commented or liked. I'm not asking you to subscribe or anything. Unless you want to. Completely up to you. Just give me some feedback or some ideas for my world. Anyways, back to the video. So, I never found the desert temple eye, but I did have some luck with the jungle temple eye, which I found inside the first temple I looked in. Oh no, a creeper. That was close. Yes! Okay. Awesome. Those cat boots would have helped a second ago. With my portable storage, I was able to trudge on to look for more special eyes. After AFKing my iron farm for a long time, I was able to get the max level beacon. Not only will it give me speed boost and regeneration, but it will also allow me to access my storage system across dimensions. I finally found the RGB bowling cap. That is this entire hat section complete. That's another one to check off the list. There you go. There you go. Nighty night. Whenever they wake up, they should go into the central part right there. I'll go and sleep in there, in the contraption. Hell yeah. They're in. They are locked in. Oh. Bro's like, ow! You're gonna work here whenever you're older. Alright, so I was digging around and clicking this cycle threads button. I got mending. that was quite easy. Thank you, sir. I guess we could go downstairs and start our printer. I might just do that. So I could right click that into there. I could get that back whenever I want. And all I need is a book. That's all I need. Mending. Need open hand. And mending. So good. So good. I have infinite mending books now. Okay. So now I need to focus on getting hyper bottles of enchanting. Or rather, hyper experience. Just 100 millibuckets of experience. 1 lapis and 1 glowing sack. And that is superheated, which is a blaze burner and a blaze cake, over a mixing bowl. Boom. We're gonna return that on. Everything is going and hunky-dory. Now I just need to drop some obsidian on there. Let's try like, I don't know, half a stack. It's gonna get squashed. It's gonna get splashed. Damn. So we got that sturdy sheet. I guess we combine that with the book. And we get that enchanting guide. Alright, it took some tweaking, but I turned this guy into Blaze Cake Farm. Boom. Blaze Cake, not fully automatic or perfect, but I'm getting them. Okay, I got this baby working. All I had to do is literally take out those special pressure or fluid valves. These guys jacked my stuff up. And I read on Reddit that if you put a basin as an output, it'll take the output of the XP. And yes, that's 10 times easier. I've got 560 millibuckets of hyper experience. And I also figured out that you could just dump a whole bunch of items in here. So as long as I keep on giving this thing XP, it'll keep on giving me, mixing up for me. So what I could do with this book is I can use this with my enchanting guide. Oh, and I could... That's actually so cool. Okay. Let's do... sharpness. Oh. Sharpness. Boom. I think if I Yeah, if I use that, it'll give me back the this guy, and I can change it again. So I've got sharpness on here right now. So I shift right click onto there, and what I could do is I could feed this guy the hyper experience, drop my sword onto the belt there, and it will actually give my sword a better sharpness. I think it'll give it 6. Yeah, sharpness 6. Absolutely crazy. By this point, I was tired of troubleshooting machines and messing around with gears, so I went to a woodland mansion that I found while exploring for the desert temples. After arriving, I looted and killed everything, and actually found another eye to fill out the portal. Finding that eye filled me with some hope that I would actually finish the portal, especially after looting 3 desert temples with no luck. After the woodland mansion was conquered, I knew where I needed to go next, an ocean monument. There, I killed multiple elder guardians in hopes to get one of their eyes to place in my portal frame, but since I didn't have gills, I needed to make potions of water breathing, which wasn't that hard, but it was time consuming. Potions in my pockets, I was able to dive down into the monument and slay the elder guardians living in it. The only downside is that the mods I have installed turn this place into a freaking labyrinth, so it took me a while to find anything. The next eye I got was called the exotic eye. It was craftable, but a pain in the butt to get. Since the recipe called for glowing sacks, which I had 0 of due to a certain side project, I had to get creative. In the create mod, there's a method of crafting called haunting. This causes objects to turn into spookier versions of themselves. Things like berries into glowberries, bricks into nether bricks, and in this case, ink sacks into glowing sacks. After reclaiming some yellow horn coral I placed down by accident for aesthetic, I was able to craft the exotic eye. After that was crafted up, I promptly took both my Elder Guardian eye and my exotic eye to the end portal frame to be placed. This left me with 3 more slots to fill. Upon returning home, feeling like an absolute winner, I heard something crying out from the depths of my base, specifically down in my basement, tucked away in a corner. It was a pile of villagers I was stowing away because I would like procrastinating. Since I don't know any better, I started working on a trading hall. I didn't do it for no reason though. I wanted an easy supply of XP and emeralds that didn't require me to AFK, and another eye that had a chance of being sold by a master level cleric. So naturally, before building anything, my dopamine fried brain wanted the instant gratification of buying said eye from a villager named Kevin. But this son of a gun held it over my head by not having in stock after I got him to master level. So I had to build them a home. I didn't like it, but it was pretty much the only way I could have killed time in that moment. Eventually, he did sell it to me and I left him in an incomplete home to go to place it in the portal frame. After placing the eye, I didn't know what came over me, but I wanted to explore for some reason, so here are a few clips of that nonsense. The power of Zeus upon thee. I'm sorry for what I must do. Oh, give me all the egg sandwiches you can afford to give me. During my exploration, I came across an ancient city where I found an unbelievable amount of wool. It's crazy, they left this stuff lying around all over the place. Just sitting there. Ripe for the picking. No strings attached. Nothing. Oh yeah. After nearly dying multiple times in the ancient city, I went back to the most hospitable place in all of Minecraft. The Nether. There are piglins among us. Yeah, I've been to one of these before. Give me your loot, please. There, I looted multiple piglin bastions to find yet another eye that was called the Cursed Eye. To celebrate, I decided to enchant some things the old-fashioned way at an enchanting table just to see if I was lucky enough to get the cryptic eye dropped. And I was. Plus, I was totally nonchalant about it, too.
Whoa!
I teleported back to the portal and I placed the last eye. At this point, I was going to end the video, but I had worked too hard to not fight the dragon, so that's what I did. I will admit I wasn't properly prepared for this fight and there were multiple occasions where I almost died. But all the damage I took was never fatal, and I only popped like 2 or 3 totems of undying. This rendition of the Ender Dragon fight was the most annoying one ever. I mean, the base game is kind of boring, but this version was really hard. Every time you hit an end crystal, it drops a dragon breath around itself, strikes you with lightning, and spawns a whole gaggle of phantoms just to knock you off the tower. If I wouldn't have had my helium flamingo and my trusty water bucket, I would have experienced some kinetic energy. Later in the fight, I figured out that this freaking dude had the capability to restore end crystals to heal back up. So it was a constant battle of me going back and forth between what felt like the tallest tower and the perch, for maybe 5 or 6 swings of my sword. Not to mention the fact that there were also blazes mixed into this fight.
Where did you come from?
I didn't even know how these guys came in because I was already over-simulated with everything else that was going on at this moment. So I just pushed them to the side and focused all my damage towards the dragon and their crystals. After a while of these shenanigans, the creator of this mod decided it would be a great idea to throw in some lightning. Word of warning, this next part is a little bit loud. And I was cursing a tiny bit.
Why?
Why is it so fucking loud? Nope, you could go. I was starting to break down and get some gamer rage, and in retrospect, I could have paused the game and turned down the weather sound effects, but I was caught up in the moment and I just wanted the fight to be over. So I locked in and finally beat him.
It's probably gonna have like 1 health left. Yes! Oh my fucking god! I mean, holy cow. I did it, guys!
As you could see, I was a bit happy, and rightfully so too, because in that moment, I had gained access to the rest of the end dimension. After getting back to my base, I decided to wind down by finishing up the Let's Do Brewery mod quest line by crafting a netherite brewing station and creating a Haley beer with the chorus fruit I got from killing the end enderman.
That was quick.
After I got bored of brewing, I decided to dip my little pinky toe in the world of the new extended end dimension that I just unlocked. Upon going through the end gate, I spawned onto a wonderful and whimsical mushroom island. I immediately started to destroy every tree in sight to get more health by way of the logging path on the achievement tree. You see, on top of all the vanilla trees from the overworld, I had to get thousands of logs from the end trees that spawned in the various new biomes. These trees aren't small either. These are full-sized trees and hard to cut down due to their unique shapes. The entire time I was looking for all these different biomes, I hadn't come across any end cities, which made me a little worried because I needed a shulker box for something special. Luckily, I was able to find one, but I had run out of space on my computer.
Okay, that's kind of embarrassing. I ran out of disk space in between recordings.
Since the end city I did find was really small, I decided to find another. And let me just say that my luck is terrible sometimes, so this one was small too. But it was enough for me to kill a couple more shulkers to get the 1 shulker box I needed. After I finished looting my second small end city, I headed back to my base to put in my endstone forge so that I could get more bang for my buck when it came to smelting ores. Basically, whenever I put in 1 ancient debris, I get 2 netherite scraps instead of 1. This helped out a ton whenever it came to getting better armor and tools. I think it probably saved me like maybe a couple hours worth of ancient debris mining, but before that, the Dragon Traveler's backpack caught my eye, and it had some features that were huge. This backpack grants night vision and water breathing while underwater, fire resistance, strength, and regeneration. All buffs that are very much quality of life things that I had to have. Needless to say, I crafted it and upgraded it all the way to the netherite tier. Since I had nothing to do with my life, I went ahead and started the metallurgium rabbit hole for top tier tools and armor. The reason why it takes forever to put a set together is because unobtainium ore usually spawns in veins. Of one. They are also easy to miss and spawn rates are super rare. And just to work your way to one metallurgium ingot, you need one palladium ingot and one hollowed ingot. And for one hollowed ingot, you need one orichalcum ingot, one mithril ingot, and one adamantite ingot. I needed 11 of these dang things. And let me just say that it was a pain in the butt to put together, although very worth it. Another thing I needed to do with the armor once it had been crafted was enchant it with the best enchants that levels can buy, with the added bonus of a +1 if I use hyper experience and blaze enchanters, which I did. Now, for the moment y'all been waiting for, the long awaited villager trading hall. Yeah, buddy, you're my shot. Get out of here. I don't plan on zombifying them because that would be more hassle than is worth. I already have the means for infinite emeralds and XP, so it would be a waste of time to try and squeeze the zombifier in there. After the great reveal, I yearned for the mines, so I headed to my favorite cave and started to delve into the depths. I didn't find anything too cool, but I did make some headway on my metallurgium armor and toolset by finding some unobtainium. Down in the mines, I also completed the gold and diamond collection goals, and that allowed me to get my grubby little mitts on a Fortune 5 Karmit pickaxe. The once thought to be extinct mineshaft made an appearance and even had another ender eye called the Lost Eye. Once I had gotten enough unobtainium, I teleported back to my base and smelted together my metallurgium ingots. I even had extra for a celestium ingot, which wasn't too hard to make. This is a part of the video where I had the most amount of fun. Why? Because I got to spend a ton of time crafting and enchanting some god armor and god tools. For everything I was enchanting, I painstakingly went through and found all of the required books for each piece. Then I built them up to max level and placed them into a blaze enchanter along with some hyper experience. This allowed me to get a +1 to the max level of enchant. So instead of Unbreaking 3, I got Unbreaking 4. And I did this for every enchant. All of my armor, my weapons, and my tools, everything. So I've pretty much got endgame gear right now. We'll stick him in there. Oh. Oh! Zombie horse. What? Oh shit! Oh damn! That's unfortunate. Wonder if I could get more if I like shoot the ground next to it. You're the last zombie horse. Let's put that out. Wonder if I could put some horse armor on there. Nope, just this is pretty cool. Let's put it right there. Alrighty then. Welcome to your new home. After seeing the zombie horse event and looking at my record time, I figured it was about time to end the episode. Just to put this into perspective, I started making clips on April 28th and stopped making clips on May 21st. I made a total of 78 clips, all varying in lengths from an hour to a minute. As of writing the script, it is June 5th and I still have to edit this entire thing together. So with that being said, I'm about to go do that. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Have a nice day.